A number of years ago, there was a special program put out by the Royal Mint in England called the Queen's Beasts. It was a very successful program, 2 coins a year, and it was based upon Henry VIII, the Tudor family, and the actual beasts over the bridge. So what did they do earlier, is they brought back the first, where it all started, called the King's Beasts. And tonight we have the first 2 coins in that series finally available. You're looking at the lion, which is always the first release of any of the beasts of the lore of the kings and queens of England. So on the left, you're seeing the King's or Tudor beast, as some other people call it. This is a 2-ounce silver, and again, our price is just $89.95. And then the Yale of Beaufort, which is number 2 in the series, is also available tonight at that same price. Finally got them in stock, happy to release them. But the unique part about this series now is the fact, on the reverse of this, is Queen Elizabeth II. How will they handle the rest of the series? Because there are 8 more coins moving forward. Will they carry forward her image on this series, or will it be cut off and Charles will be the person moving forward for all legal tender coins, which was what happened when she took the throne in 1952. So right now we know these are the only 2 that are with her image on the reverse. They are the first 2 in the series. It is the official Lion number 1 and the Yale number 2, just $89.95 each.
Issue number 1, the Lion. Issue number 2, the Yale. This is the first 2 coins released in the King's Beast series. As Steve mentioned, the Queen's Beast series was so successful, they brought out 2 coins per year, and they are very untouchable nowadays. If you try to find a Queen's Beast, good luck, and especially good luck at these tremendous prices of just $89.95. 2 ounces of silver, the Lion, the Yale, issue 1 and 2.
Now, the actual series goes back to Henry VIII, as I referenced. It was created at the order of Henry VIII, right? And you remember his 3rd wife, Jane Seymour, an American, with their wedding and the inauguration of their relationship, etc., right? The bridge that crossed over the moat at Hampton Court Palace, where he resided, had 5 beasts on the left for him and his family, and 5 beasts for her and her family on the right. Kind of as we're greeting you as you enter our palace. And that's where the whole concept started. Now, if you remember, back in 1952, when Queen Elizabeth was coronated as queen, they had the 10 beasts of the families that supported her, surrounding her in that circle. Now, those 10 beasts, which were based on the Queen's Beast program in 2016 by the Royal Mint, they're actually now all on display at the museum in Quebec. Interesting tidbit fact. Well, these are the originals. This is where it all started. This is where it all began. So the King's Beasts were again, this is Henry VIII, going back quite a few years ago. Our competition, well, the only ones we've seen with this have all been north of 110. So they're $20 to $30 more than we are across the board. It is a scramble to just find the coins. The success of the Queen's Beasts has created a lot of activity on the Tudor Beasts, or as the nickname is called, the King's Beasts. The Tudor Beasts being the family of Henry VIII.
By the way, that Yale right there supporting the coat of arms of Jane Seymour, King Henry VIII's 3rd wife. And the arms are supported by the Yale because it symbolizes a strong defense. It was intended to reinforce her authority as the king's wife. So it's a very unique design on that issue number 2, the Yale of the Beaufort.
And again, that's a symbol also going back to Lady Margaret Beaufort, who happens to be the mother of King Henry VII. So it's all about the family supporting that particular king or queen, that particular throne, right? And the whole concept is the unique, like the bull, right? The greyhound, the unicorn, Scotland, obviously. And a lot of these are all surrounding and are part of the families that have all supported the kings themselves or queens themselves over the years. It all started, however, with this series. So they kind of did this one in reverse, kind of like Star Wars and Lord of the Rings and all the other big movies. They give you a middle shot and then they go backwards on you. They did the Queen's Beast, which is the most recent, but again, she was in power on the throne for 70 years. And then they went back to where it all began because of the popularity of the imagery of these beasts themselves. Now look at how thick these coins are. They're a little bit larger than a silver dollar, but they're way thicker because, again, they're 2 ounces. They are legal tender. They are 5 pounds. They have that special check background, kind of like a reverse proof because the queen just pops off the coin. And the image itself on the other side is very, very similar. In this case, the lion, which is the common ground between the very first ever Tudor beast and the Queen's beast. Now, by the way, considering there are 10 coins, I know a subset and a few customers already have called and talked to people on staff. Hey, do you have any more of those Queen's Beasts #1? I can't afford all 10, but I'd like to have the first Queen's Beast, which is the lion, and the first King's Beast, which is also the lion, and kind of tie the package together. And we've been working on that. Stay tuned. But the firsts are always the bookends. They always tied themselves in this series to the lion, which is the symbol of England, the power of England. And then the supporting families, in this case, the Yale, which stands for Lady Margaret, and being the mother of King Henry VII, just part of the story. We're supporting of the new king, blah, 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 right? I guess for how we would say it. Busy, busy, busy phones right now. We got to put a 1 minute clock up.
And you'll notice that obverse there is a 2023. So yes, the 2023 is the Yale. It's issue #2, and it does have the queen on the other side of the coin. 2022 is the lion. 2023 is the Yale. We don't know what's going to happen as far as how they're going to treat the other side of the coin going forward now that the queen has passed. Will it be a dual image? Will it be the king alone? We're excited to see that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's fitting that the second coin is the Yale because the shield that the Yale is holding up actually is the shield of Jane Seymour, which is King Henry VIII's third wife. And again, the whole idea was the Yale, the family of Lady Margaret, is supporting the new queen, per se, right? The king's wife. In this case, a great opportunity. And again, remember, $89.95 is for a 2-ounce silver. This isn't a 1-ounce silver. This is a 2-ounce silver project, which makes it even more fun because we're under $45 an ounce, and you can't find a Silver Eagle or Britannia, a Maple Leaf for under $50 today. The market's kind of crazy. So join us with the big stuff, but this stuff is the historical and great stuff. The sellouts of the first series, the sellout of #1 already, which is the lion, and the brand new release of the Yale makes this one exciting.